Most Spanish learners give up, especially at the intermediate level. They never reach that wonderful level of fluency that I've been enjoying for years, that opens up amazing life experiences. Why? Not because Spanish is particularly impossible, but usually because they get stuck, they get bored, or they don't know how to progress. So we've got 8 top hacks for you today to make sure that you carry on and get all the way to fluency with your Spanish. Okay, we're going to do this a bit bilingual. I'm going to get Marina to tell you the hacks first in Spanish, and then we're going to discuss them a bit in English before we move on to the next one. ¿Te parece bien?
Me parece perfecto.
Perfecto. Venga, entonces, Marina, número 1.
No te aburras.
¿No?
No uses un libro, una app o un profe o un material que encuentres aburrido. Es el camino directo a parar de trabajar, a perder la motivación.
Yeah, so don't get bored. If you're using an app or a textbook or whatever that makes you bored with your Spanish learning, you've got to get rid of it and do something different. I remember when I was first in Madrid, I thought the key to learning Spanish was to get a good old-fashioned textbook and to work through it every day. I got very bored. So what did I do? I ditched that method for a while, and I went and sat on the metro, on the buses, in the bars, and I listened very closely to what Spanish people were really saying, and I found life got a lot more interesting and my Spanish really took off. Okay, tip number 2, Marina.
Búscate un buen profesor.
Yep.
Sí, la diferencia, y de nuevo, entre un profesor que utiliza materiales aburridos, que los temas que toca son aburridos, a un profesor con chispa, con personalidad, es abismal. Y el interés se mantiene alto, ¿no? Y la motivación.
Sí.
Entonces, sí.
If you find that you're a bit bored or not getting motivated by your teacher, go and get a great teacher. This can be an online teacher like us, or it can be an offline teacher, or a combination, which can work well as well. But make sure that you are using great teachers.
Because, if you use a teacher.
Yeah, because that is going to really boost your motivation enormously. So make sure your teacher is fantastic. Marina had an example of this, no?
Yes, when I studied for C1 in English, for advanced, it was called back then, I had a great teacher called Roy, and he was fantastic. He taught very well, but also he helped keep our motivation up.
And what effect did that have on your English?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I learned a lot with him.
Yeah, we can hear the results right now. Muy bien, Roy. Okay, so
with my friend Joe too, Joe Smith.
Yeah, so find someone who makes you motivated to learn, online, offline, whatever, but they've got to have, as Marina said, chispa. They've got to have a bit of spark. ¿Tienes chispa?
Yo tengo mucha chispa.
Muy bien, yo también. Okay, great. Tip number 3.
Sí, alinea tus intereses con tu español. Busca materiales, audios, podcasts, vídeos, libros de temas que te interesen, de temas con los que tú vibras y utilízalos para aprender español.
Yep, so align your Spanish learning with your interests. If you love cooking, get a Spanish cookbook. If you're into football, go and read marca.com, or is it .es? I don't know. Marca Online, which is where all the football news is. Whatever it is, try and take your normal hobbies or interests and find out about them online, and it will make a huge difference. No, Marina, for example, Marina, what do you read about in English?
Come
on, spit it out. What is it?
Neuroscience books in English.
Marina reads neuroscience books in English.
It's quite difficult. I have to use the dictionary every now and then.
I'm not surprised, but there we go. She's interested in neuroscience connected to her yoga studies, and she finds loads of interesting books about it in English. And imagine what that does to her English. Makes it too complicated for me to understand. All right, tip number 4, Marina.
Bueno, no pienses en el español como que tienes que estudiar duro, también tienes que divertirte. O sea, diviértete con tu español.
Yep, enjoy your Spanish, no? It's very important. Yes, grammar matters, verbs matter, you have to study a little bit, but you've got to have fun as well. If you are, as I was, just stuck in a textbook all day long, or an app, which maybe the phrases aren't that really connected to real life, and you're beginning to feel a bit kind of bored, you've got to start having some fun with your Spanish. For example, I would hear all these phrases on the metro or on the bus, and I'd come back and say, what does this mean, Marina? And she'd tell me, and then I would use it in every way I could for a week until I drove her insane.
And he would be laughing because, for example, give us that example.
One that came to mind the other day, I thought I've got to share with you guys, is monta un pollo. No me montes un pollo. Don't have a go at me. Mi padre me ha montado un pollo. My dad had a go at me, right? Monta un pollo literally means to ride a chicken. Don't ride me a chicken. It's absolutely brilliant. And it means to have a go at someone. So when I first learned that phrase, I'd spend the whole week saying, Marina, no me montes un pollo. Voy a montar un pollo al cartero. I'm going to have a go at the postman. Whatever. I would just make them up and I would just be smiling all week. It was fun. You know, I loved it. And do you know how good that is for your Spanish? You won't believe it. So have fun. Right? Next. Oh, muy conectado.
Sí, guarda o colecciona tus frases favoritas. Puedes utilizar una libreta o una aplicación para guardar estas frases que tienen chispa y que te mueres de la risa con ellas, porque yo creo que Ben se imaginaba montando el pollo.
Ben imagined himself riding the chicken. Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. But anyway, number 5 is collect your favorite phrases. As Marina says, you can write them in una libreta, in a book, old-fashioned style. You can store them on your phone. Just use them enough so you never forget them, which is what I used to do. But yeah, you've all got your favorite phrases. One of mine for ages was agobiado. Estoy un poco agobiado. I'm a bit kind of overwhelmed or stressed, no? And I would use that 100 times. We all know that probably most of Spanish listeners' favorite word on the planet is tiquismiquis, picky or fussy. Fussy in the UK, picky, I guess, in the US. Wonderful word. So make sure you know what your favorites are. Write them down, keep them, use them. Right, what's next?
Muy bien. La siguiente sería planea un viaje a algún lugar de habla hispana, ¿no? Para poder poner en práctica todas esas frases divertidas. Y tenemos un ejemplo concreto muy bueno de una estudiante nuestra que vino a España y en un restaurante dijo, está para chuparse los dedos. ¿Y qué pasó, Ben?
Pues conoció, de repente, pues estaban tan contentos con el español de esa mujer que la abuela salió de la cocina para saludarle.
La cocinera.
La cocinera, pues mira,
el dueño, todos.
Y tuvo una experiencia increíble. So, tip number 6 is plan a trip to a Spanish-speaking country so that you can use all of this. And if you're already in a Spanish-speaking country, make sure you're using all of the wonderful Spanish you learn. And we told the story then of a listener of ours who came from, I think, the UK to Spain, used one of the phrases we taught her, which is es para chuparse los dedos.
Está para chuparse los dedos.
Está para chuparse los dedos.
Which means it's delicious.
It's delicious. It's finger licking good, literally the food. And suddenly the granny came out of the kitchen with the cook where they'd been working. The owner of the restaurant came over and she just made friends with everyone because they were so delighted that someone from another country knew such good, authentic Spanish. So get yourself to a Spanish-speaking country. If you're here already in one like Spain, then use your Spanish as much as you can. You're going to have wonderful real-life experiences. Okay. And finally, no, 2 more, number 7.
Sí, ponte metas pequeñas. No intentes hacer demasiado de golpe. Hay un dicho en español que dice, el que mucho abarca, poco aprieta.
Okay, so hang on. Set small goals, okay? Metas pequeñas, small goals. Don't try and learn everything at once. Okay, so Marina came up with this phrase, which is?
El que mucho abarca, poco aprieta.
Okay, who tries to abarca?
Abarcar, sí, es como...
take on everything at once.
Exacto.
Poco aprieta, pushes little.
Yeah, exacto.
Okay, so you get the meaning, right? If you try and do too much, you end up with not very much at all. You'll notice sometimes in the videos we do 5 cool Spanish verbs or 5 phrases with echar. We only do 5. We have to narrow it down from a list sometimes of 10 or 15 because we know there's no point in trying to teach you 15 at once. You're much better off taking on 5.
And probably you will only remember 3, and that's fine.
And
that's
fine.
okay.
So no long vocab lists. I used to have long vocab lists. Useless. You just need to have fun with a few every day and you'll go a long way. So that is connected to our final tip, which is, Marina.
Sí, un poquito cada día que hace referencia a la consistencia en el aprendizaje del idioma. Si podemos dedicar un ratito todos los días, los resultados son espectaculares. Más que si hacemos 1 hora y media una vez a la semana.
Yeah.
Entonces aquí estaría como buscar ese huequito de 10 minutos mientras voy en el coche, mientras paseo al perro, como asociarlo a algo que ya hagas en tu vida, ¿no?
Yeah, so a little bit every day. Make a little time for Spanish every day. Instead of once a week doing 3 hours, try and do a little bit every day. It has a much better effect on how much you're going to learn. So whether that's listening to one of our videos or something like that, or just watching a little bit of a series or listening to something in Spanish, try and do a bit every day. We know from you guys writing to us over the last 20 years that you're often listening to us while you're walking the dog, while you're on your commute, in the car, on the
While you cook.
on the tube in London, or while you're cooking. Find those spaces in life and fill them with a little bit of Spanish, and you will do really well. Okay, that's it. These are our 8 top hacks to make sure you don't give up and you carry on all the way to the high level fluency we want to take you to. Okay, it's going to take time, but you can do it. But keep applying these hacks, keep things fun, keep them interesting. Don't do stuff that's boring, and you will really get there without any doubt at all. Also, make sure that you are getting our Real Spanish newsletter and the fantastic free report that comes with that. Details are underneath this video because that's really going to keep your Spanish alive and fun. And finally, if you are not aware of our courses, there's a link underneath for that as well. Packed they are with real Spanish that's going to get you amazing experiences in restaurants when you're in a Spanish-speaking country, for example, or talking about philosophy or travel or
with
food,
your neighbor.
or with your neighbor, whatever you like, because we teach the real Spanish that you need to know out in the real world. Okay, if you'd like to watch another video from us so you can have some more fun learning Spanish, then have a look up there right now, and there's one for you to watch. Okay, algo más.
Nada más por hoy.
Venga, hasta luego.
Nos vemos.